Hi there, welcome to my YouTube channel Dhyani Classes. If you are watching my video for the first time, do subscribe my channel, hit the bell icon so that you get notified whenever new video will be uploaded. So in today's video, we will cover the final part of the chapter Indigo from the class 12 CBSE. So let's get started. There he seemed adamant, writes Reverend Z.Z. Hodge, a British missionary in Champaran, who observed the entire episode at close range. So here Z.Z. Hodge, a British missionary. That means a missionary is someone who travels to a foreign country to perform charitable work. So he was talking about Gandhiji, that he is so adamant and he is very determined that he did not want to change his mind. So for what Gandhi determined for? He was determined that landlord had to pay back 50% of money to the sharecroppers which they had took from them by force and illegally. And Z.Z. Hodge was observing this entire episode at close range and said Gandhi is very strict and determined and landlord should pay money to the farmer. Thinking probably that he would not give way, the representative of the planters offered to refund to the extent of 20%, 25%, and to his amazement, Mr. Gandhi took him at his word, thus breaking the deadlock. So here one of the representative of the planters, that means somebody who was representing landlords, and he said that we are ready to pay only 25% as we cannot pay 50%. And to his amazement, Mr. Gandhi took him at his word. That means Gandhi immediately agreed with him to pay 25% to the farmers and thus breaking the deadlock. That means he broke the blockage between landlord and Gandhi to pay 50%. Now Gandhi agreed on pay 25% to the farmers. This settlement was adopted anonymously by the commission. So when Gandhi agreed, they got surprised and all landlords were agree to pay 25% to the farmers. So what do you mean by anonymously? That means they came together and agreed on whatever Gandhi had said to them, and they were ready to pay money back to the farmers and set the farmer free from the long-term agreement. Gandhi explained that the amount of the refund was less important than the fact that landlords had been obliged to surrender part of the money and with it part of their prestige. So here Gandhi said paying money is not important. So what was important here? He said that along with money you have to pay respect to the farmers and surrender part of the money along with part of their prestige. So what do you mean by prestige here? That means the respect and admiration that people feel for a person. So British landlord were ready to pay 25% of money along with part of their prestige. Therefore, as far as the peasants were concerned, the planters had behaved as lord above the law. So here landlord pay money to the farmers and landlord came to know that lord above the law, and they felt that there is somebody who protects those farmers and he came here to set them free from their all problems. Now the peasant saw that he had right and defenders. He learned courage. Events justify Gandhi's position. Now the farmer understood that they had a right and defenders as well in the form of Gandhiji, and other prominent lawyers were there who are taking care of all the issues of the farmers, and the farmer learned many things from them. Just like that, they have learned courage to fight for their own rights. So these occurring justified Gandhi's position. That means Gandhi became famous personality in their eyes. Within a few years, the British planters abandoned their estates, which reverted to the peasants. So right after that, British planters leave their land which they have occupied and they handed over their estate to the farmers. Indigo sharecropping disappeared. Gandhi never counted himself with large political and economic solutions. So when British planters abandoned their land and reverted to the farmers, the indigo sharecropping disappeared. That means that long-term agreement where peasants had to pay 15% of money in replace of indigo crop share as a rent. So now they became free from the contract. So there were no more indigo sharecropping, and by seeing that, Gandhi never feel happy to see himself as a political and economic solution for them. That means he was there to do more and finding out other problems which people of India were facing at that time in Champaran. He saw the cultural and social backwardness in the Champaran village and wanted to do something about it immediately. He appealed for teacher. So as we know that Gandhi never contented himself with large political and economic solutions, but he was also looking for to do something for the cultural and social backwards in the Champaran. The life of people were very disbalanced, and they did not know how to lead good life and did not know about their culture at all. So immediately he pleaded for teacher. That means he appointed dedicated people to teach poor peasants. Mahadev Desai and Narhari Parikh, two young men who had just joined Gandhi as disciples, and their wives volunteered for the work. So here Gandhiji is saying that they had disciples like Mahadev Desai and Narhari Parikh. Both were young and they came along with their wives to teach poor peasants and providing other support. Several more came from Bombay, Pune and other distant part of land. Devdas, Gandhi's youngest son, arrived from the ashram, and so did Mrs. Gandhi. So several other came from the Bombay, Pune and other distant part of land. That means there were other people who came by their own wish to help Champaran peasants, and Devdas, youngest son of Gandhi, also arrived from the ashram along with his mother to help poor peasants in Champaran. Primary schools were opened in 6 villages. Kasturbai taught the ashram rules on personal cleanliness and community sanitation. So Gandhi observed that the children of the village are not getting any education. So they opened 6 primary schools in the villages to provide them primary education. So here Gandhi's wife Kasturbai play her part in teaching them rules on personal cleanliness and community sanitation. That means she taught them how to keep yourself clean and how to maintain their surrounding clean, like drinking water, disposal of waste material, etc. Because these practices much needed when it comes to lead healthy life and keeping ourselves clean or away from the deadly viruses. Health condition was miserable. Gandhi got a doctor to volunteer his service for 6 months. As the health condition was very poor of the farmers, so Gandhi called a doctor to volunteer his service for 6 months. That means the doctor worked on the health of the poor people for 6 months and diagnosed their health and provide them health aid. 3 medicines were available: castor oil, quinine and sulfur ointment. Anybody who showed a coated tongue was given a dose of castor oil. Anybody with malaria fever received quinine plus castor oil. Anybody with skin eruption received ointment plus castor oil. So in order to take care people's health, there were only 3 medicine available, like castor oil, quinine and sulfur ointment. So these medicine were available, and which had been given to the people for cure their illness. So there were many people though whose tongue was coated, that means thickness on their tongue due to infection, was given dose of castor oil. And there were other who had malaria fever, so they have given quinine plus castor oil dose. And for some others who have infected with skin eruption were given ointment along with castor oil. So what do you mean by skin eruption here? That means rashes on skin or infection due to the heat or allergies on skin. So we can see how poor condition was the poor people of the Champaran at that time, and how miserable life they were leading at that time. Gandhi noticed the 50 state of women's clothes. He asked Kasturbai to talk to them about it. So here Gandhi noticed that filthy state of women's clothes, that means very dirty clothes they were wearing at that time, and somehow torn clothes. So Gandhi wanted to know the reason behind of it, and he wanted to do something for them. So he asked Kasturbai to talk to them about it. That means he just suggested to his wife to speak to them. One woman took Kasturbai into her hut and said, "Look, there is no box or cupboard here for clothes. The sari I am wearing is the only one I have." So here one of the women took Kasturbai into her hut and said, "We don't have any box or cupboard here for clothes." That means they can't keep their clothes clean just because of safe place to put all clothes, and said, "We did not have large number of clothes like others." She told Kasturbai that that she showed her sari and said, "I have only one sari which I am wearing every day." During his long stay in Champaran, Gandhi kept a long distance watch on the ashram. He sent regular instruction by mail and asked for financial accounts. So here Gandhiji is saying that though he was in Champaran, he was keeping touch with his ashram. So he used to send a regular instruction by mail and asked for financial accounts. That means simultaneously he was taking care of people of the Champaran, as well as continued sending letters to the ashram, and he was asking financial condition and all there in the ashram, along with gave them instruction what they have to do. Once he wrote to the residents that it was time to fill in the old latrine trenches and dig new ones, otherwise the old one would begin to smell bad. So once even he wrote about the latrine trenches and said that the dig new holes, otherwise the old one would begin to smell bad. That means he was talking about washrooms, and earlier it is used as toilet with a sanitation system. So in those days, big holes dug by the people and used as toilet. So Gandhi wrote to them, "Fill old hole with sand and dug new hole for usage." The Champaran episode was turning point in Gandhi's life. What I did, he explained, was a very ordinary thing. So after this Champaran issue was fixed, Gandhi became inspiration for everyone and every citizen of India looking after Gandhi, and they got to know that this man can do something different for them, and they were asking, "How did you do that and all? How did you do and all?" But he said that whatever he has done, it was just ordinary thing, and he don't believe on that what he did, because it was just all about one district Champaran, but at the same time he was thinking about the whole country in order to set free from the British. I declared that British could not order me about in my own country, but Champaran did not begin as an act of defiance. So here Gandhiji is saying that he told Britishers that they could not order him to follow because he is living in his own country. That means that they can't force or impose on him any rule to follow because he is living in his own country. So in this way he did only an ordinary things, but Champaran did not begin as an act of defiance. That means whatever he had done for farmers of Champaran was not really threatening call for them, but it was a big plan behind of the scene in Gandhi's mind. It grew out of an attempt to alleviate the distress of large number of poor peasants. This was the typical Gandhi pattern. His politics were intertwined with the practical day-to-day problems of millions. A poor peasant was suffering because of the landlord and a long-term agreement on indigo crop, and Gandhi tried to reduce their suffering, and that's why he went there and all about Champaran district, and end of the day he won the fight and rolled back peasants' rights. So this was the typical Gandhi pattern. That means he is talking about the working pattern, and he wanted to help people as much as he could, and each and every issue were turning into a big movement, and these issues connects with practical and day-to-day problems of the people. This was not a loyalty to obstructions, it was a loyalty to living human beings. So here Gandhiji is saying that it was not a loyalty of obstructions. So what do you mean by obstructions here? That means the act of abstracting something or the quality of dealing with ideas rather than events. But he wanted to do something for the common man to raise their living standards. In everything Gandhi did, moreover, he tried to mold a new free Indian who could stand on his feet and thus make India free. So now he came to that point when he thought that India should be free, and he wanted to change mentality of the common people to fight for their rights so that he could stand on his feet. That means he wanted to India people strong and independent to lead their life with their own rights, thus people can make India free. Early in the Champaran action, Charles Freer Andrews, the English pacifist who had become a devoted follower of Mahatma, came a bid Gandhi farewell before going to a tour of the duty to the Fiji Island. So there was a man named Charles Freer Andrews. He was one of the devotee of Mahatma Gandhi, and also he believed in peace or make surrounding peace. So he was there along with Gandhi during the Champaran issues, and he came to Gandhi farewell before going on a tour of duty to the Fiji Island. That means he met Gandhi because he had to go to Fiji Island. Gandhi's loyal friend thought it would be good idea for Andrews to stay in Champaran and help them. Andrews was willing if Gandhi agreed. So when Andrew met Gandhi and said, "I am going to Iceland," afterward one of the lawyers who was Gandhi's friend thought that it would be a good idea for Andrews to stay in Champaran. That means he would like to stay Englishman, remain with them in Champaran, and it will be very helpful or it will be very useful to fight against the British. But Andrew said if Gandhi willing, that means he will remain with them if Gandhi agreed on this idea. But Gandhi was vehemently opposed. He said, "You think that in this unequal fight it would be helpful if we have an Englishman on our side." So after hearing this, Gandhi strongly disagreed on this idea, and he gave advice to the lawyer that we cannot use Englishmen to fight against English people because this is unequal fight with British. This shows the weakness of your heart. The cause is just, you must rely upon yourself to win the battle. So Gandhi says it would not be great idea to take help from an Englishman to fight the battle, and if we are going to use this man, that shows our weaknesses of our heart, and that means we don't have enough courage to fight, and we must rely on our strength to win the battles. You should not seek a prop in Mr. Andrews because he happens to be an Englishman. He had read our mind correctly, Rajendra Prasad comments, and we had no reply. So when Gandhi advising the lawyer to be confident and rely on your strength, then Rajendra Prasad commented that Gandhi said correctly that we should rely on our strength and we should not add any Englishman to fight against the British, because Gandhi got to know the intention of the Englishman, and that's why the Englishman wanted to be a part of battle from their sides. So that means you should not use Mr. Andrews because he is an Englishman, and one day he could put us on a difficult situation. Gandhi in this way taught us a lesson in self-reliance, Indian independence, and helped to sharecroppers were all bound together. So in this way, Rajendra Prasad says Gandhi taught us a lesson in self-reliance. That means we should rely on our own strength, and we should not take any help from the outsider to win the fight. So self-reliance, independence, and help to sharecropper were all bound together. That means rely on ourselves and set India free and help to sharecroppers, all three aspects bound together. So from this lesson we have learned how Gandhi helped sharecroppers and set them free from the long-term arrangement on indigo, and how he taught lawyers about self-reliance. So I hope you like the video. If you like my videos, do subscribe my channel, hit the bell icon, and don't forget to share and like. So thank you so much for watching once again. Stay safe, stay healthy.